Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the New Testament. If you guys have seen any of the debates that include myself and my brother Andre Moore, then you will know recently we were asked, so what has changed, with the New Testament? Because a lot of denominations and even cults don't understand that there are laws within the Bible. And some of them we're amenable to, some of them we are not. And that just means some of them, are active and some of them are not active anymore. So let's talk about it. We live up under the New Testament right now. So everybody who was alive at this time frame and was alive, after the time frame of the coming of the kingdom, which is found in Acts 2, then you are amenable to Jesus at this time because Jesus is reigning on the throne. So, in essence, what I'm trying to say is you must go through Jesus to get to the Father. No way around that. So, I can't tell you how many people don't understand this. So that's why it bears repeating. Now, my Christian brethren, you already know all about this. So it's just a refresher. But to those who this may be foreign to, please come closer so you can listen. Now, there actually were a total of 3 laws that humans, have gone through since the creation of the world. All right. So let's kind of break them down a little bit so that we have a better understanding. Now, we call these time periods, the patriarchy time period. So that's the very first time period before the law of Moses. It went up until, the law of Moses. So Hebrews 7:4 mentions this. It says, "Now consider how great this man was, unto whom even the patriarch Abraham gave the 10th of all the spoils," which means father of the house, head, or, founder. Okay, so that was the reference of Abraham being a patriarch. And this is why God spoke, to him and instructed him. That's basically what a patriarch was. He was just one that got instruction from God and then he distributed it or dispersed it, throughout. Okay, that's why it's called the patriarchy. All right. Then you have the Mosaical. You can find the Mosaical laws in Deuteronomy, but I'm just going to go to 4 real quick just to kind of save some time. "Now, therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and into the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them, that you may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers giveth you." Now, this is God explaining to this particular nation that he is giving some statutes, judgments, and instructions, laws. Okay. But last but not least, is the Christian age. Now we call this the Christian age because this is the age where, you can become a Christian and you must be a Christian, in order to be pleasing to the Lord and to even have a chance. All right. So there is only one law that a nation can be loyal to at any one time. I'm going to say that again. There's only one law that a nation can be loyal to at one time. Now, many denominations do not understand that during the patriarchy, there was only one nation of people. All right. All were descendants of Adam and Eve. So that means everybody under the patriarchy, they were amenable, meaning, they were to adhere to the law from God and God alone. All right. The people themselves split themselves up into 2 groups, those who obey God and those who do not. That's it. That's all. It's that simple. All right. But if you move down the timeline just a little bit, and where we come into the Mosaical, then this gets a little bit more complex because the people that God sent his son through, this is a particular race. So now we're being introduced, to a particular race. Why? Because the people who did not believe and obey God, they started intermixing with those who did obey, and you had like a whole nother, culture in a sense, and so those people, they forgot about the law that God gave to them. They were just not being obedient, etc. All right. But there was a race of people who did obey the Lord. And this is the race of people that God sent his son through. Now, this is the Israelites. They were the only ones that were given the Mosaic law. Okay. Now, there were others who obeyed God, outside of the Mosaic law, and we can prove that too, but I'm going to save that for another time, okay? So right now, I just want you to kind of hone in and focus on like the time period. So just remember, I said this is the Mosaical time frame. The children of Israel were the only ones that were given the laws of Moses. All right. So don't think that, they were just... I would say they did everything right and this and that, because they didn't. Okay. God chose them for two reasons, and two reasons alone. At that particular time, they were obeying him. And at that particular time, they kept themselves separate and apart, from the other heathen people. Okay. Now, the final dispensation, this is the one that we're in. There will be no other dispensations of time after this. This is it. So when the Bible is referring to the last days, this is the time period it's referring to. Okay. Now, everybody alive today, like I said, you're under the Christian age. That means that you are under this law, whether you like it or not. Okay. Even the atheists, whether they like it or not, this is the law that they are under. Okay. You must be a Christian in order to be saved. Yes. Does this mean that all other laws are no longer in effect? Yes. And does this mean that a change happened? Absolutely, it did. So there are a lot of laws that you will find throughout the New Testament. And that's something we'll be talking about in the future. But I want you to just focus in on those 3 time frames that I just mentioned. And just meditate on that. And then go confirm it for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Go seek your answers. The Bible and God, has it there for that reason. Go seek your answers. All right. We'll talk about it some more. So stay tuned. I love you. But don't be deceived. Don't let nobody deceive you.